Hi, today I want to talk about the subject of belonging to a community because I think it's a subject that is not talked enough today. So I wanted to talk about it, and especially as young people, I know that it's something that we often don't think about, but we can deeply feel that it's something that is good for us, but we don't really talk about it, and we don't consciously make action to be part of a community and stuff like that. So I wanted to talk about it today. Firstly, I wanted to talk about why we don't talk about communities in our modern world, like why we are so disconnected and so individualist in our modern world. So, as you know, in the past century and in that century even more, the focus is made on the individual. Like before, in the past centuries, what was important were the communities. The individual was not that important. It was really the link between the individuals and being part of a community that was very important. When you push that to the extreme, the most extreme period of humanity where you needed to belong to a community was prehistory. Ah, I don't know if it's the name in English, but it's like the beginning of humanity when people had to be part of a community because we felt that if you're not part of a community, if you're isolated, you just die. It was a matter of survival, and for a long time in humanity, being part of a community was a matter of survival. um, but the more our humanity evolved, the more it created a more secure place, a more comfortable place, to the point that today we don't need to be part of a community to survive. We can basically just live without having a lot of social link and still survive. You can still like have not a lot of social interaction and still survive. It's not possible to survive without any social interaction, like zero zero. But if you have a minimal amount of social interaction, for example, if you just go do your job, you don't talk that much to people, you just come back to your house, you're alone all the time, you will still survive. You will still manage to survive. So nowadays, being part of a community and having a lot of social links is not a matter of survival. And because of that, also we have another thing that is um, in the past century and still even more in that century, we are pushed to be individuals. We are not pushed of being part of communities. We are pushed to succeed alone, like to, for example, the figure of the entrepreneur is very like very symbolic of that push of individualists goal. You have to succeed alone. Like our goal is not anymore to be part of a company, to be part of a village, to be part of a life community. Like the goals pushed by our society are very individualistic goals, even if it's not something that is like entrepreneurship. If it's not work, it's also the main goal in all the area of spirituality. And I recognize myself a lot in all that need of self-development, of being the best version of yourself, of achieving your dream life, having your spiritual journey. Like for me, all those subjects are a lot of my interests. So I recognize myself a lot in those things. But actually, when you step back and you're pretty objective on those, they are also a consequence of that process of that process of pushing the individual. Like all those things are very focused on the individual and not on the community. And for me, for a long time, I was very, very happy with that push of the individual, because in my own belief, I really believe that you have to solve your own problem, your own trauma. You have to focus on yourself first, to after that be part of a community and be a healthy person, like in your mind, to not harm people. So after you solve all your problems with yourself, you can be part of a community in a positive way. So for me, it was like focusing first on you and after that be part of a community. So for me, it was making sense to push individual. That's why on my all my social media, and also when I talk to people and give some advice and stuff like that, I always focus on very individualistic advices. But I realize more and more the need of being part in a community, because for me, because I was really in that spiritual journey, of that self-discovery journey, I was very forgetting that at the end the main goal is being part of a community. In my head it was like very being alone and just doing yourself your things by your own, and I was forgetting that the second stage of it was being part of your community. So for example, when I was imagining my future, I was seeing myself totally alone in nature, having my own house in nature, and I was seeing myself totally alone, like without a partner, without children, without neighbors, without a community in general. I was really seeing myself fully alone. And now I realize that it's not sustainable. Like, it's not something that is healthy for a human person to end up fully alone and to cut all your social interactions. And I realized that during this year, because during this year I'm in exchange in Edinburgh, and because I moved from my home country, I had to meet people and make friends again, like create other social interactions. And for a long time I haven't succeeded in making that, and for many days I was fully alone. And at the beginning it was not something that was hard, because I'm a very lonely person, like I can do a lot of things by my own. But after several days of having no social interaction, I was like, I think I will become crazy, and I feel sad if I don't have any social interaction. So that's the moment I realized that actually it's not healthy at all to have no social interaction. Like, as human beings, we are made for having social interactions. We are made to be part of a community. So I realized that during this year, and I was really questioning myself about how can I create those social interactions, and how can I create a community around me who was really into the same interest as me and who truly has the same mindset as me. Because if you are like me in your spiritual journey, in your self-development journey, you can probably feel it's difficult to create social links with other people, especially if you are young, because you can have the feeling that nobody's has the same interest as you, because especially when you're young, like not a lot of young people talk about spirituality, talk about self-development and everything in that area. So you can feel pretty alone, and I think that's something I really feel too. So I was really questioning myself on why do we feel that way. Oh yeah, something I forgot to say about the individualistic thing is that all this individualistic thing was pushed to the extreme during the lockdowns, during coronavirus, because in many countries you had like lockdowns, you had to stay at home, and for a lot of people who lived alone, they were just alone for so many days that I think at that moment it was the most extreme moment, and a lot of people realized at that moment that actually seeing people and having social interactions are important. So I think that now we have a little movement of people who want to just create social links again, see people in real life, because yeah, all that thing of individualistic goal is also pushed by social media. We can just stay home alone and having only social media and seeing people only online. But I think that now more and more people realize that we need social interactions in real life. We need to see people in real life. We need to hug people. We need to talk face to face. We need to share common common experiences. We need that interaction in real life. So I was questioning myself on how can I actually meet people who are the same age as me, so around like 20, 23 years old, something like that. So around the same age as me, who has the same interest as me, and who has the same mindset as me. So people who can do a lot of meditation, who do yoga, who love to create, to draw, to sing, who likes to do little rituals depending on the moon. All those people that have a little bit of spiritual interests, and also people that are very positive, um, very good people, and very like good soul people, because I have the feeling that all that spiritual thing, we can see a lot of people talking about it on social media, but it's very difficult as young people to meet those persons in real life. So I was thinking about that, and I was also thinking about the fact that I want to create a community of women. Like, the more I grow up, the more I want to create little circle of women just to heal each other and to talk to each other. I'm not closed to the idea of having some men in my social interactions. Like, of course not. It's just that at some point I realized that I need to be surrounded by women. I need to have that social link of being with other women of my age and talking about subjects that we both experience at the same moment and stuff like that. So that was a very, very long introduction. I said all of that to say that I was thinking about that, and I came out with a solution, and not the full solution, but a solution for me that can also work for you. Because I'm on social media, and I was seeing a lot of people being like, oh, I want to meet people like you in real life. And at that moment, I was also questioning myself on what do I want to do for my summer holidays. And I was like, actually, I can just rent a house in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of nature, and I can ask to random girls who follow me on Instagram or TikTok if they want to come with me in that house for 5 days, we can say, and just like having 5 days of meeting new people, talking about meditation, doing meditation together, doing yoga session together, walking in nature together, talking, doing rituals together. That's the thing I came out with. And I was like, that's a very good idea, but at the same time, I was very scared of not finding enough person who are interested by that. And I just posted a video on TikTok. The video went a little bit viral, and now I have like more than 20 girls that send me messages saying that they want to come in that in that little trip. So I'm very like surprised because I knew that a lot of people wanted the same thing, but I was not realizing that it can be that quick. Yeah, because to give a little bit of context, on TikTok at that time I only had 600 followers. And just by posting one video, I have more than 20 girls who are like, yes, I want to come with you. So that's crazy, and that shows how social media is powerful and how social media can also be used as a very good purpose, because social media is good, but as I told you, it will never be enough. We also need true connection in real life. So I will organize that little retreat next month, and we'll see if it's something that we like, if it's something that I like, if it's something that the other girls like, but I think it will be incredible. So for now, the solution I found to that thing of like that struggle of not finding girls of your age who are also in the same mindset and in the same have the same interests that are basically spiritual interests, I think you can try to organize events in real life, and to organize those things you can use social media. Be careful with that. Still, we are on social media, so we never know the person in front of us. So for example, to organize my retreat, I will video call all the girls before, and I will select the ones that I really match with and the ones that are not psychopath actually. So yes, be careful. Never give your full identity and full personal information on social media, even if you want to organize an event. Be careful, stuff like that. But I think that organizing a little event like that is very, very good. Even if it's not a trip, it can be like, if you're in a huge city, you can go to Instagram and TikTok and make a video and say, girls, I want to find my little woowoo community who is available that day to go to a coffee shop together or to go to a park together and to meet each other. It can basically be that simple. It's just meeting new people, and it will basically be friendship dating. You will just see people in real life who you don't know and see if you match the vibe or not. And yeah, it can be that simple. So using social media to meet like-minded people. So that's my new addiction. Currently I'm really like into creating that. If you want to see my videos in French, because as you hear me, of course that you guess I'm French. So I have an Instagram and TikTok, which are accounts in French. If you want to add me there to see like my little videos, and if you want to progress in French, or if you basically talk French, you can add me there. The name is Sunny Lily. I don't know if you see it or not. So just add me there and you can see the little evolution of all those projects. And if you only speak English, like, keep following me here, and I will make other videos like that probably in the following days. So yeah, see you, bye.